Today on FamilyMan Racing,
we sit in a tech line
for hours and hours. But eventually we gotta do race car stuff. At the end of the track is the Freedom Factory. For those that follow Cletus's channel.
We're moving.
Yeah, just to wrap around the track even further for tech.
After 4 hours of sitting in line, we're finally next.
4 hours later.
That thing isn't your face. I can make it pick your nose.
Stop.
So how long would you say it's been since you've done a quarter-mile pass?
A couple of years.
It's a long time.
I'll probably end up having to let off, assuming everything goes well. I don't really know. So, alright, I gotta pay attention now. I know it was slow, but how slow was it?
I think it was a 9.2.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it felt slow. So I didn't know exactly what to do, but I have gear limited to 155 miles an hour at 8,000 RPM. So I had boost, ramp up, not hit all the way, ramp up, and then at like 120 come back down. But the problem was I still had too much of the timing pool for no prep in it after the launch. And so as soon as it launched, I just felt it bleh to nothing. And then everything ramped back in and boost ramped in. And then bleh, the boost ramps back out. So, but that's not too bad. I mean, just taking the timing out will help the 60 foot a tenth or two put it back in, and so I'm good. It's what we needed. Just a test today. I don't need to do another one. I just want to run like an 880, 890 all week.
It was a decent first time running quarter mile in a really long time.
Yeah, well, I mean, with as slow as it went, we could almost drop that in the 8th.
Don't tell all your secrets.
Well, not 155, but so no, it wasn't too bad. I'll just tweak the tune for tomorrow, and we should do an 880, 890, no problem. So,
yep.
And it didn't come apart.
It's always a bonus.
Yeah, but the RPM started to get up there, but then I saw it was like only like 75, 7600 or something like that. So I was like, oh yeah, definitely not as quick as it needs to go, but all good.
Let's try that again, Eric, with no cuss words this time. Where are we headed?
I don't know. You sent us this way.
We're supposed to be going to the Freedom Factory.
Well, I think we're going into the Freedom Factory, like parking in it. Now I get it.
Okay. So we are,
Oh, this is cool. You're gonna have to flip that around. Because we're gonna roll in. Sweet, there you go.
we're not heading into the Freedom Factory.
spectator tracks doing that
Oh, yeah.
race around here.
Just taking a lap. Eric's like a kid in a candy store right now. People hanging out. Sorry, it's so wobbly. Eric, you have a bumpy ride.
He's coming around the corner. Bunch of drag cars. Probably should have zoomed in. It looks further away than what it is. There's really no straight stretch. Barely an oval. Okay, it's 7:30, a little slow start. It got up plenty early, but we're moving a little slow. Have to be there at 8 for a driver's meeting, and we are packed down. So this is what it's gonna look like for the week. And we just have to unload and reload at every track. But decided no hit track, and we could fit it all in here. So that's the plan.
Well, we made it again, but again I missed the entrance because I suck.
Oh my gosh, that's bouncy.
I know. You get to ride along with us at our journey, our bouncy journey.
Woo! 6-second passes side by side.
There's like 340 racers here.
All right, that's what I wanted. I need to figure out how to get the we're not using GoPros. Get the phone going in here. That was a good launch. No timing pull. Boost ramped in hard, and then at like 120, it dropped off all the way. So the mile per hour wasn't great, but I'm on the right lane here. So 870. I know my car has been quicker than 870, but just to come out here, first pass, do exactly what I wanted. I was actually only hoping for like an 880, and so it's awesome. Engine temp 159 right now, so awesome. And that was on pump E85, which was 60% ethanol content according to my flex fuel sensor. So again, happy. I'm done. I'm gonna pack up, I'm gonna get some water, and watch racing and watch my friends race, and hope that Nick runs a 6-second pass today. You guys already saw a 7:15, and I'll stop talking. Awesome. All right, you guys are gonna look at this log with me. So I had a little boost from last night to today on the trans brake, so it's where I would have expected it before, so 8.3, 8.4 instead of 6 something. And then I brought in the boost as fast as it would come, targeting basically 20 PSI. So it's just by wastegate duty percentage, which is 45%. So as soon as I let off the trans brake, it's doing that. And so by 3/4 of a second, we're at 15 PSI, and then it kind of levels off at like 18, a little over a second in, 18, and it just hangs out there, slowly goes up.
Actually, both of them are Ford racers. Skip Brazil been racing here
on the shift because it's more load. It hit 21, but then it drops back down to 19-ish in second gear, and then once we hit some mile per hour, like here it's 128, which is right at the 8th, it starts to drop off the duty cycle. So 39% instead of 45, and then you can see by here it's way off, so it should be down to like 0. Oh, 26. Well, when does it hit 0?
The Southern Chaos car over on the right-hand side. That is Glenn Burrish.
Whoops. 7.6. So yeah, it just slowly drops off, but you can see the boost goes from 20 to 13. Yeah, hangs around 13, 14. So not bad. And then I let off at 151 according to this. According to the slip, it was like 152, so close enough. And we're only 7,700 RPM, so perfect. Converter slip had to have been like nothing. Yeah, 3%. So that's awesome. Very good. I'm basically not going to, I'm not changing anything for the rest of the trip until maybe the last day. Gonna get after it if just for testing for rowdy radial.
It's got to be that block and the heads aren't flush. That's
well,
we
can sand the. Is it an iron block?
No, it's aluminum block. I've already tried to sand it with a flat piece of glass, and I've also tried to do it with a head that's been machined flat. There's something with that block and that head. I knew it was going to do this.
I got a
1970 model Duster. And how about Sean Gilbert? This guy goes by Cadillac Sean. This is not his first
I've fought this truck for the last 3 fucking months, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah, how about
this thing has fought me no matter what I've done.
The first one was a nitrous caddy.
That's up to you, but I'm ready to get dirty. Capturing a discussion.
Why do you have to be so mean? He is so mean. I don't ever do anything right.
No, whatever. So she gets nervous up there and stands behind everybody, and she's supposed to be lining me up. Nowhere to be found.
Wait, you get nervous? I have no idea what's going to go on with your car. None.
Oh, come on. And then video, she doesn't realize is she and I own the racetrack when we're in the lane, not anybody taking video, not anybody else. She gets priority because it's her job to make me safe and go straight.
Yeah.
But she wasn't even remotely close to the car for the video.
Well, I get shaky. You'll notice in the video it shakes, and then I like drop it and come back. Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking, but this isn't your first rodeo.
I know, but it's every time.
All right, so we'll see. Let's see tomorrow. Will she be close to the car for video, or will she find some sort of extra zoom lens?
I've never had that problem really.
Not there.
Not there.
We had one pop up somewhere. That was in the elbow.
That was down there. Oh, no wonder it's
Yes. We need a clamp. I didn't put much on it.
Hey, Anthony. Yo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're back at it here.
So what did you do?
I had this opened, this is how I check. And I still had it open and I filled it up over full and it was like geysering out.
So that now the compartment is like full of 85.
I mean, it's gonna run out.
And watching cars here, you
Leave
could
the
be
hatch
right,
open
dude.
for a little
And,
bit.
and I mean, it's going to be amazing, dude. This
Take fast, man. Some big sixes. Yeah, we're going sixes here in a bit. Oh yeah, we'd already be changed up and out of here.
So American. Can I get a
Josh picked up trouble on right hand side. That is the 1986 Dodge Ram D250. Formula gets there first. 1262-108. Right next to Cletus McFarland behind the wheel of the bullet.
thought I turned these on, but I must have turned them off. I don't know.
So we drove about 1.5 miles with the hatch open.
Yeah.
Eric just closed it.
Well, it kept it cool in here, so it was on purpose. And like literally no one said a word. Bleep.
Sometimes I wonder how you function.
What?
I said sometimes I wonder how you function.
I'm tired already. You didn't notice it?
I didn't turn around.
Neither did I. I don't even remember going back there for the computer. I intended to put the computer back. Oh well, it was on purpose to cool down the car.
Okay.
It was a lot cooler. So I went up and asked, like, why the hell didn't you guys tell me my hatch was open? And literally every single one was like, we thought you did it on purpose so you could breathe and get some air. So, because a lot of these cars, they just pump fumes straight in. So literally they thought they were confused why I was asking about it.
Cuss words.
What?
Cuss words.
Whatever.
Hi.
Just to recap our day. Don't mind our red faces. So we make it to the last hotel, and it was a sight to be seen.
Yeah. When we came in, we were getting our bags out, and the other sick week guys were like, hey, you might want to check your room out first before you get your bags out. One person didn't have a TV. I'm like, okay, no big deal. Like, another person didn't have like a microwave. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like, well, one room had a hole in it that was open to the outside that a full person could walk through. I'm like, okay, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Sheriff just left. We check in ours, and most of the roaches scattered, but not all of them. So
Not doing roaches.
but we found a Hilton close.
No,
Luckily.
the other funny thing is
sorry.
when
Sorry.
when I was going to check out, and there was a couple other guys, and his room was occupied. So he walked in, and someone was sleeping in the bed. So
That happens anywhere.
yeah,
It may have actually just been a pile of roaches that looked like a person.
that could be too. That could be
be.
too. Needless to say, we made it to a nicer hotel, and I can sleep a lot easier tonight, and not in the
Okay.
car. Check in tomorrow.
Wow.